And okay, so this is a mock copy of what the green achievement record card is that you can buy right from the AWANA store. And this is the information that is a hard copy that the secretary keeps, the club secretary for TNT. Here's where the name goes, salvation date, up to 4 years that they've been in TNT, their first year and their leader and the year, their second year and their leader's name and the year, and so forth. So this is their first year. If they're a third grader, you can circle grade 3 here. And then as they do their sections, when their section is complete, you put the date of the month and the day, and you keep doing that. When you have a whole row done, then you know that they've finished section 1 or Discovery 1, and they get their award. The awards, when they finish their start zone, that's when they would get their first book and their green shirt for a third or fourth grader. And then when they finish their section, their Discovery, then that's when they would get their red dog dish for book 1 or blue dog dish for book 2. And then the TNT 5th and 6th graders have the soccer jerseys with the special emblems that get ironed on. That's different. But for 3rd and 4th graders, this is how it would go. When they get their first section done, they'd get their red dog dish, and then they'd get their first bone. And so your club would have to decide what color bones they get for each of the sections. There's 4 color bones, so they get 2 each, but you'd have to have some order so that they know. When they finish their whole book, then that's when they would get their first book award, and then you have an awards night, which that would be awarded, and then you'd write the date on there. So when I'm looking at this card, I can tell that John Doe had Mary Smith for his leader his first year as a 3rd grader. He finished his whole entire book on March 21st, and he was awarded his ribbon on May 2nd, 2012. That's the information I have here. Then he comes back to AWANA the 2nd year, and his leader is Sean Poppin, who teaches 4th grade boys. And he, right now, at the end of October, has finished his 3rd section in Discovery 3. So he's partway there. He has his red dog dish for, or I'm sorry, blue dog dish for his 2nd year, and he has 2 dog bones in his dish, and he's close to earning his 3rd one. When he finishes this year, he'll receive the Excellence Award, and we'll have a date for when that'll be. Other options that they have here on this form is to keep track of the silver and gold, if they decide to participate in that or not. And then also you can keep track of club attendance by just doing a slash if they're here those weeks. Attendance awards and church attendance awards are options down here too. We personally don't use those at our church, but that's something that is there. Then on the back of the form is when you would find for book 3 and book 4 for the challenge series of the TNT books, and that information would be there. The green copy would stay with the secretary always. What we do at our club is we make a copy of the green copy, and so it would be white, and then that goes with the leader of whoever, for in this case Sean. Sean would keep this, and then he would keep it and give it to John Doe, and John Doe would have his book and his paper, his copy. And so when John is ready to say a section to his leader or to his listener, he would give the record paper and his book and say the section. The leader or the listener would write off the section if he did it with 2 helps or less, and they would mark on the book his next section. They put the date there so that it's always a current copy with the right information. And then at the end of the handbook time, Sean, the leader, would take all of the papers from his clubbers, they would gather them together, and then they would turn them into the office to the secretary, and the secretary would then have all the information that she would need. She would see if John Doe finished his Discovery 3 for the night, and if he did, then she would write John Doe, and she would write book 2 and Discovery number 3, which would equal, let's just say, a red bone. so that all of the clubbers that are 3rd and 4th grade, or 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, however you do it, you'd have the date here. You'd have all your clubbers that earned any awards. You would know what book they are in, or if it's their start zone and they get their book and their shirt that night. If it's a discovery or challenge, if they're getting a bone, or if they're getting one of the iron-on emblems, or if it's silver or gold, you just have all that information there, and then you would turn in this sheet to the TNT director with the awards in a Ziploc bag, all the awards together, and then if there's any shirts or books, they could go below this sheet. So it's all just in one handy little pile for the director to pick up in the office on the way to awards.